Hello everybody, today we'll be talking about reported speech, lesson 1. So before we discuss reported speech, I would like you to listen to the following dialogue.
I'm sorry to tell you that you can't play football.
What did the doctor say?
He told me I couldn't play football.
Well, if he said so, he's seen you play, hasn't he?
Okay, this dialogue demonstrates the usage of direct speech and indirect speech. Indirect speech or reported speech is the way we report back on someone's words. So, in reported speech, we have to observe sequence of tenses, to change pronouns, to change time expressions. So today we'll learn how to do it correctly. So when you use reported speech, you use such words as tell and say. Let's see the difference. Tell, сказал, рассказал, is followed by an object. So you can't use tell that. You should always say who you address to. Tell him, her, them, us. So Kate, there must be an object, a person who you told this to. After say, you can omit object, so you can leave it out. So he said that. Or if you want to add the object, so you use to. So I said to Kate, I said to him, I said to them. You can't use the object, дополнение, the object without to after say. Then you have some set expressions. For example, to tell the truth, сказать правду, tell a lie, солгать, tell a secret, рассказать секрет, tell a story, рассказать историю, tell the time, сказать который час, tell the difference, показать разницу, tell somebody one's name, сказать кому-то свое имя, представиться, tell somebody's way, указать дорогу, tell one from the other, отличить одно от другого. So with all these words, you use the verb tell. Sometimes, in these set expressions, you can omit the object. He has just told a lie. He has just told us a lie, so you can omit somebody in these expressions. Say, he said goodbye, he said good morning, he said some phrase. Yeah, so you can use say here. Then say one's prayer, сказать молитву, say so, сказал так, сказать так, say something, скажи что-нибудь. So in these expressions you use say. Now let's practice it. Here's an exercise. Fill in, say, or tell in the correct form. The police officer said that the man was lying. Why do we use said here? Let's see. Okay. Just a second. Okay. There is no object here. So when you have no object, we use say. Philip. What do we use here? Philip. It would probably rain tomorrow. You have no object. So we use said. Susan, let's go out for dinner tonight. It's direct speech. See what you write, that you write commas here. But again, there is no object. So which do you use? After tell, you have to use somebody. It's a must. So if there is no somebody, you use said. Next, Jim me about the party last night. So here you have an object. So, and note 2. So if you have note 2 and you have direct object, you use told. Then our teacher, nothing, сказал, he was pleased with our work. So you use said. Jane and Kate are twins. I really can't one from the other. It's a said expression with one from the other. So we use I can't tell one from the other. Отличить одно от другой. Next. Now open your workbook at page 19, exercise 11. It's your home task. So here you have to fill in say or tell in the correct form. I advise you to stop the video now and do this exercise yourself. So while doing it, look for said expressions, look for the object, and as soon as you are ready, continue watching the video. Here is the answer. So you can check. So number 1 is tell, because you have the said expression, tell the truth. He used to tell his children a story every night, because again you have the said expression, a story. Then you have an object without to, so it's definitely tell. Then he said good morning as he came into the office, so good morning is a said expression. Then you've got Helen told me that she was going to be late. Here is an object, me. Then the little boy said his prayers, прочитал молитву, so it's a said expression. They are twins. It's hard to tell one from the other, отличить одного от другого. So it's a said expression. Next, here you have another example of a dialogue, so listen to it, okay? Just a second. Just a second. Okay, let's listen.
What are you doing? I'm looking for trouble. Then follow me.
Why were you arrested?
A police officer asked me what I was doing, so I told him that I was looking for trouble. Then he told me to follow him.
Well, he was right to arrest you. You were looking for trouble.
But Trouble is the name of my dog.
Okay, so here is just a joke. So the policeman asked what he was doing. And he said, I'm looking for trouble. I'm looking for trouble means ищу приключения на свою голову. Then follow me, следуй за мной. Why were you arrested? Почему тебя арестовали? Полицейский спросил меня, что я делал. И я сказал ему, что я искал приключения на свою голову. Тогда он сказал мне следовать за ним. Well, he was right to arrest you. Он был прав, арестовав тебя. Ты, он цитирует опять слова полицейского. Но trouble, беда. Trouble – это имя моей собаки. Легче понять эту шутку в английском, чем в русском при переводе. But here you have a phrase which is in reported speech. And if we see, so we have the verb asked, we have was doing, so it's in the past. Here it is in present. Here it is in the past. So there is a change in tenses. So now we'll learn how to change tenses correctly. So in reported speech, you have to change word this into that. This is my book, he said. He said that was his book. These will change to those. Here to there. Come, go, can, could, will, would, may, might, usually might, must, had to, as a rule. Then present simple, for example, I want to go to bed early, she said, we change into past simple. She said she wanted to go to bed early. Present continuous, she is speaking to Joe. We change into past continuous. She said she was speaking to Joe. Present perfect, I bought you some flowers, she said. We change it into past perfect. She said she had bought me some flowers. And past simple, she lost all the money, she said. We changed into past perfect. She said she had lost all the money. So if you are attentive, we change present into past and past into past perfect. That's the general rule. Apart from tenses, modal verbs, and words like demonstrative pronouns, we change time expressions. Let's remember. So tonight, today, this week, this month, this year, we change into that night, that day, that week, that month, that year. Now we change into then, at that time, at once, immediately. You can choose one word. Okay, now, then. It's okay. Now that we change into since. Yesterday we change into the day before, the previous night, etc. Tomorrow we change into the day after, the next, the following day. 2 days ago, we change ago into 2 days before. Here's an example. He arrived last week, she said. She said that he had arrived the previous week. Okay? So now let's do this exercise from your workbook, page 19. So can you do it right now, and then we'll check it together. Could you stop video here? Okay. And now let's see. Now we change into then, tomorrow. So you can see here it is similar to the previous table. So just choose one way to change it. Okay, here into there, come into go, etc. So now, changes of tenses. So it's very simple actually. So you just have to remember that all present tenses are changed into past. So you change present continuous into past continuous, present simple into past simple, present perfect into past perfect, present perfect continuous into past perfect continuous. Then you change past continuous into past perfect continuous and past simple into past perfect. So then, as for future, you change will into would. So, and all these tenses will have a new form. It will be would be doing, would do, would have done, would have been doing. Now let's do exercise, page 19 in your workbook. But before that, take time to read these examples, and you will see the way changes are changed. For example, he drives to work. You change. She said he drove to work. He's driving to work. She said he was driving to work. So you can stop video and read all this through. Now let's do this exercise 13. So you stop the video here, you do it yourself, and after that we'll check it. Okay, now let's continue. So here is the key. So, and you can see the following. Okay, I'll switch on the marker. So Cindy said, so the direct speech, I am in a hurry because my boss is leaving in 10 minutes. So because it is Cindy, so you change I and you say she. Then you change present am into past was in a hurry because her boss, not mine, it's her, Cindy's boss. And you change present continuous, into past continuous, was living. So then the next one, I saw Steve a month ago, James said. So the speaker is James. So James said that he, and instead of saw, you write past perfect, had seen Steve, and you use, instead of ago, you use a month before, for example, or the previous month. I like before. Then she will talk to the entire class, he said. So this is about different person. So you don't change she, but you change will into would. Okay, the rest is the same. Now number 4. Jason is having a birthday party at his house, Melinda said. Jason is a different person, so we'll leave Jason. Then instead of is, we use was having a birthday party. And instead of tomorrow, we use the following day. Okay, so then the next one. You'll never believe what happened yesterday, Cassie said. So we don't know who Cassie was talking to, but she addressed somebody as you. So we change Cassie said that so she was talking to me, instead of will, we use would. Never believe what, instead of happened, past simple, we use past perfect had happened, and instead of yesterday, we use the day before. Then Helen has been revising for her exams all day, Mrs. Jacobson said to me. So to me, and so Helen, instead of has been revising present perfect continuous, we use past perfect continuous. Yeah. Here, instead of I and will be flying, we use Paula said to us or told us she would be flying to Rome at that time. Instead of this, we use that time. And instead of tomorrow, we use, instead of tomorrow, tomorrow we use the following day. Okay, I've lost the marker. Okay. So then, the last one, Sally was working hard in the lab yesterday. So we need to change. We need to change was working into had been working. Okay. Had been received. Okay. Just a second.